So doing a ton of work on this 85 Chevy Celebrity Diesel, finally. I really haven't filmed anything, but just to give you a hint, these heater hoses are not available anymore. It's this guy and this guy. I just did the heater core, and you basically have to pull out the subframe. I got the new heater valve in there, okay? Maybe I should put this guy switch on. And basically, the way the heater valve is, sorry for the mess, is that this is the old one right here. But you got these two lines that go into the dashboard, and this is a relatively easy heater valve until you come to this, because you can't even get to these. This right here is impossible without, and so now I'm deliberately doing the rack and pinion. I'm doing the power steering pump and everything, but you have you know, that goes in there, and then from this side goes up to that pipe right there. Okay, so and then, you know, this one goes to here. See, I had a bypass, so this hose goes into there. So again, that one goes like that, and this one goes from the other end of the heater valve to there. I forgot if it was like that or like that. In any case, I found these two. This is like for a Ford Taurus, 63505 in Continental, and this is also Continental, 63524. So this guy, take this big giant hose here, but I'm only going to use this portion, and you can still use this for other projects or anything else you got. And then this guy here was as close as I can get to here, and basically I'm holding the camera, but you can manipulate this and just bend it right there. I don't know if I have the room to put the whole thing. I can technically just do that, but I'm probably going to go here, and it's just I'm gonna, you know, bend this, and it'll eventually conform. You know, it should work. You know, so just wanted to point that out, that if you're going to do this and you don't do the heater hoses, you're crazy. You know. So also the other thing is, you can buy the upper hose for this car, the radiator hose. You can't buy the lower radiator hose. Don't know if this was changed or not, because this one, the top one was, and it had the I believe that was 21365, which is Gates, which is still available, but the lower one has that plastic thing. Where is it? Right there, right where where's my finger? So my finger's right there. Oh, sorry. I have it zoomed, so it's right there in the picture. So none of them come with it, but after doing all the research, I ended up finding an original GM one that was a pre-number. You know, it was a number before the updated number, because the updated number does not exist, and this was probably the last one I got in the United States. It said that number on there, and then it said this number, but when I cross-reference this number, you can buy it, and it's basically the same hose for the 2.8 engine. I don't think for the 4-cylinder, but it actually might be the same as the 4-cylinder as well. But if anything, you got to put that little plastic piece that goes around this bend, because the vacuum pump pushes up against it. What else? That's it for now. But as a guy, if you have a Chevy Celebrity Diesel, what I'm also doing is I got new gauges for it. I took this all apart because I had to change I took it out already, the speedometer cable, but I got and this is, you know, it's a 2-door center console bucket seats car. I kind of like it, and it's comfortable and whatnot. Has a lot of problems, but, you know, I'm changing all the motor mounts. I'm changing the rack and pinion, tie rods, ball joints, probably, you know, everything in the front end. I just did the struts as well. But with the gauges, I'm putting in I found a gauge, a volt gauge and a temperature gauge, and I'm putting in the corresponding sending units for that. And well, for the temperature, the voltage should just come up the same way. And I got a new speedometer that's set to 0, and the guy has a ton of them, whether you want it with or without the mileage reader. So I got the one with the mileage. you know, like when you reset it when you get gas, so I can actually see what the mileage is if my speedometer is correct. Yeah, these are mostly the gauges here, and then oh yeah, this is the new speedometer. They sent me back $70-something, but it's brand new, all zeros, and it has the mileage over here. Thought it was pretty cool. What else? I actually found this for the thing because they had the crappy ones and the belt was fucked up. I got a new AC compressor for this a while ago. I just haven't put it in yet because it was the belt. It was chirping. Somebody disconnected the AC on this. They clipped the line, and when I first got this car, let's see right there, that line is clipped. This one at least is plugged off. And but I got this. This is a power steering pressure line. You can still get that, but the return line is almost impossible to find. I got it for an 83. It was listed as an 83. I don't know how it's different, but I'm not sure where it is right now. But you could always get yours redone, and because it's very hard to change this stuff without doing it. But this is the liquid line, impossible to find. I hope it works. Hope it's right. Somebody even pulled out the condenser. I don't have the condenser brackets. If anybody got condenser brackets, I'd like to know. But this thing here is like a GM. I got a brand new GM one. It's actually for a Pontiac 6000, but it says it also fits the Chevy Celebrity. So it basically requires removing one of these tubes that go across. And then I got to make the one going from the compressor to the bigger hoses and to the liquid line on the other side. It should be and better be, because I buy parts and then I open them up, and sometimes I get disappointed. But hang on. One second. Yeah, guy really wrapped it up. But it's a brand new AC Delco compressor for these cars. I bought one for my other diesel front-wheel drive as well. I think from the same guy, but it was an aftermarket one that was left over. Anyway, I got all new motor mounts. I put the heater core in already. It's just like a mess. I did too many projects at once. New struts. Car's gonna be good. I did the brakes less than a year ago. I really haven't driven the car. You see the new rack and pinion is in. Advance Auto actually sold it, so I didn't have to buy it online and have to return the core. So that's not so bad. What else? The car actually didn't leak that much. I got another water pump, although this one looks like it's done. Not sure if I'll even bother doing it. I got a new belt for the main belt, and then I got a new alternator as well just to do it. I had to put this contraption obviously to hold the motor and transmission up at the current time. I actually bought a new power brake booster because you can't find these for this car either for some reason. Not sure if I'll change it or not. It still works. Kind of wondering if this is the time to do it. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. But I already had the column like down a little bit. It's just hanging up by one screw, so I was hoping to do that. I got all the gaskets for the car. Do the side pan gasket, do the torque converter clutch switch. More mess to be made. I got this motor makes a lot of noise, and I bought the bearings because I had this apart already. But I decided I got two at a junkyard. They were selling two of them, and I bought them both. And this one still works. It makes noise when you do it. And this resistor, I bought a brand new one. I found it online. I'm not gonna put it in, but I just want it just because, you know, nobody's gonna have it. And the thing is that this is technically still good. And the two other motors I got for the fans, they're also, you know, the guy sold them to me, everything on them. So I don't want to let these go, to be honest, because then you can't find them, you know. I got new shocks, got the tie rods. I got new springs for the rear. I think I did the shocks already in the rear. What else? I got some moldings, not moldings, they were this cracked thing. I actually found brand new GM ones that was sitting on the shelf. I got one from one guy, one from the other guy. I got it over a year ago. I try to find more stuff, and so you can't find anything, you know. So at least I got the outside ones. The inside ones are messed up too, but that'll rot your doors out, you know. So a lot of stuff going on here with this car. Hope to get it done in a decent amount of time, even though it's freezing cold out. But yeah, I think I'll take care of a lot of the problems with this car. I'm putting in new glow plugs. Oh, and I got a new glow plug controller. Somebody rigged this glow plug controller. A lot of little things I got to change as well. Like these, you know, the rubber on that. I got this guy out of the way. But the glow plug controller is just, they stuff it down there, and then, you know, it doesn't really work at all. Somebody rigged up the, it's not right here, this is the trunk pop. But I have no trunk pop. Oops. I have no trunk pop, but they have this button here. But now I'm beginning to think it's not a trunk pop. I think it is, but I think they just put in the button. Can't remember, because I didn't see the wiring there, but it just might be tucked away. But what else? Oh yeah, look at that. I do have a thing. So it would be nice to pop my trunk every so often, as long as that works. But yeah, they rigged up the trunk pop thing to put the glow plugs on. So you have to hold it for like 30 or 40 seconds. And thank God they haven't melted. I got them all out. They looked to be all working except for one, which was totally and completely broken off. But there wasn't any pieces inside there, or it was lost a long time ago. See this guy? Completely gone. See, it's full of carbon. It was like that. So I guess it broke into a lot of pieces and broke a long time ago. There's a lot of this ugly stuff over the injectors. I would like to find a set of injectors. I found one for my other car, because they're 1985 injectors, which are different. And they're harder to find. Not quite sure if, you know, I'll bother, or somebody can rebuild these, but this would be the time for me to do them, sort of, ish. But if my injector pump went bad, it might mess them up. So maybe just better to do them with the injector pump. But it's very hard to get your hands back here. I have a better look at them from underneath, including the glow plugs themselves. I get a good hand on them. Even though I got them out from the top, I can definitely get them just as easy from the inside here. But this motor might sit in a better position with the motor mounts being done and whatnot. But it's been really rough. You know, this is such a shoehorn motor that I like the car so much, though. I'd almost rather just have a gas engine. You know, I was even contemplating that if somebody had one, that they wanted to swap the whole drivetrain out. So, you know, swap the whole subframe versus the whole subframe, and then figure out the wiring. But of course I like the diesel. It's the reason why I bought it. But that's why I went and got the Oldsmobile 98, because there's so much more room in comparison. Like it's just like you can't even compare the two. There's so much room on the other car compared to this car. This is really sucky to work on. So I guess I'll leave the video this long. This is fine. And been wanting to make some kind of video. Eventually I'll get this car going more, and maybe if anybody has questions, they can ask me about, you know, anything that they need to know as far as working on it. But this you know, this style year, the A-body GM with a diesel is one of the worst cars to work on. You know, it really is. But it's easy when you pull out that subframe. Not easy, but it's at least it's accessible when you pull out that subframe. Once you pull that out, you're pretty much good. And there was nothing wrong with my my rack and pinion, other than being 130,000 miles old. You know, because, you know, it's just old. I mean, it wasn't leaking, but it was seeping already, and everything is just old. Hard to tell, actually. It could have been diesel or oil dripping from the engine there, but it's kind of silly not to do the job now, you know. Really is. It would be silly to not do it. I always hated that. You know, you have to take off something to change something, and then if you don't do it, you're silly. Of course, you got to spend money, and that means the car is laid up for more time. So we'll see. I may not tackle the air conditioning stuff anyway. I may do it at a later day because I still got to get the brackets that hold this. There's a question of really what's what, so it may be better for me to go on like the Pennsylvania and try to find one of these cars in the pick apart things, unless somebody has some. You know, but that's about it. I just wanted to give a video and some progress with this and to show you what I had to go through just to change the heater core and what it ended up, boiling over to. So, alrighty, that's it. Have a good day.